Hi, this is Mrs. A of Math A-Matic. This time, you're going to learn about how to measure the speed. Can be the speed of the car or the speed of walking. Now, also known as rate. So look at this one. So I have here a car, and this one is used in measuring the speed. This is a speedometer. So here, I know if I remember, in the car, this is 80 here, 80, 90, 100, 110. This is 70, 60. Okay. So now, first, what is a speed? It is the distance you traveled in a certain amount of time. Okay, look at the word here, distance and the time. It means speed, distance, and time are related. So that's the three terms here we're going to study today. We can even find the distance and also the time. So let's have an example. Let's say I have a 60 kilometers per hour speed. So in symbols, we can write that 60 km for kilometers and per hour means per hour or divided by r. Now, it means that speed is the distance traveled per unit of time. So distance, that's kilometers, per unit of time, the unit of time is r. But not all the time that the unit of time is r. You can have also here, example, 40 miles per hour. Miles, that's the measuring the, or the unit in measuring distance in the English system, miles, 40 miles per hour. The distance is mile, and the unit for time is r. We can have also 2 meters per second. 2 meters per second means 2 m per sec. That's the abbreviation, which means the distance is in meter and the unit is second, the unit of time. Okay, now, what about distance? For the distance, the unit can be kilometers or km, can be meters or m, miles, or the symbol for miles, abbreviation I mean is mi. For time, we can use hour, minute, or second. Okay, so I have a table here wherein it shows the speed or the rate, which is 60 kilometers per hour. I have here the time in hour. So if we have 1 hour, what does it mean when we say 60 kilometers per hour? It means that for every hour, for every 1 hour, you traveled 60 kilometers. So 60 kilometers per hour, which means in 1 hour, you travel 60 kilometers. In 2 hours, you traveled 120 kilometers. Simply, 60 times 2. Now, in 3 hours, you traveled 180 kilometers. Means 60 times 3. And in 4 hours, you're going to travel 240 or 60 times 4. Now, this one is what we call distance. So now, how do we get the distance again a while ago? How do we get 120? Is simply distance is equal to 60 kilometers. This is the speed. Kilometers per hour times 2 hours. And that is 120. So now, it means that we can get the formula in finding for the distance, which means that distance is equal to the speed times time. Right? The speed is 60 and then the time is 1. So 60 times 1, that is equal to the distance of 60 kilometers. 60 kilometers per hour, that is the speed, and times 2, that is 120 kilometers, which is the distance. So now we have the formula in finding for the distance. Now, what about if you want to find for the speed. How to find the formula in finding the speed? The speed here is 60 kilometers per hour. Check this one. 60 divided by 1 hour, that is 60. 120 divided by 2, that is still 60. 180 divided by 3, that is 60, the speed. And 240 divided by 4, that is 60. Which means, to find for the speed now, that is distance divided by time. We divide this in order to get 60 kilometers per hour. Now, what about the formula in finding for the time? This is the time. How are we going to get this 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours from this given values here? The time means distance, 60 divided by 60, that is 1 hour. 120 divided by 60, that is 2 hours. 180 divided by 60, that is 3 hours. The time. 240 divided by 60, that is 4 hours, which is the time. It means to get the time is simply distance divided by speed. Okay, so we have now 3 formulas here for the distance, the speed, and the time. Now, if you can't remember this, you try to memorize this one. This is very easy. A triangle, and here we have D stands for distance, and here we divide this two, and this is S and T, which is speed and time. Now, to find the distance, speed times time, right? So, D is equal to S times T. Multiply these two. To get for the speed, S, that is distance, divided by time. So, this one is the division sign. If you want to get for the time, this is the time, distance divided by S. Okay? So now, I have here a word problem. A car drives 440 kilometers in 4 hours. What is the average speed of the car? So what is missing here? So now to solve for the problem, first, we need to analyze what is asked in the problem. Next, the formula. And then, what are the given? And we are just simply going to substitute the given in the formula and solve. So now, what is asked in the problem is the average speed, which means this one. And you can write the formula. Speed is equal to distance over time. Now, what are the given here? 440 kilometers, that is the distance. And 4 hours, that's the time. So simply, you're going to substitute in the formula, and that is speed is equal to 440 kilometers divided by the time, which is 4 hours. And then, here, 440 divided by 4, that is equal to 110 kilometers per hour. Okay, take note. If it is speed, you are looking for that, there's always a distance and the unit of time. Next, I have here another example. Tom drives for 5 hours at an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour. Calculate the distance that Tom has traveled. So what is asked in the problem now here? Calculate the distance that Tom has traveled. So that is distance. Now, the formula for distance now is D is equal to S times T, or distance is equal to speed times time. What are the given here? So we have here 5 hours average, 5 hours, that's the time, and the average speed is 80 kilometers per hour. So 80 kilometers per hour, that's the speed, and the 5 hours, that's the time. So what we're going to do is substitute in the formula. So we have now distance is equal to 80 kilometers per hour times 5 hours. So here, the r's and the r's will be cancelled because it's in the denominator. That is 80 kilometers over r. And now, 80 times 5, that is equal to 400 kilometers. That's the distance Tom has traveled. Okay, let's have another one. Kevin walks at an average speed of 4 kilometers per hour. How long will it take for him to reach a distance of 6 kilometers? Okay, so now what is asked in the problem here is how long, which means the time. Okay, and then what is the formula for the time now? That is T is equal to D over S, or T is equal to distance over the speed. Now, what are the given here? So we have here a speed of 4 kilometers and then 6 kilometers, which is the distance. So 4 kilometers per hour, that's the speed, and 6 kilometers, that's the distance. We are just simply going to substitute that. Time is equal to 6 kilometers divided by 4 kilometers per hour, which is the speed. So dividing this one, 6 divided by 4, that is 1. 1 times 4, that is 4. Minus, this is 2. 6 minus 4, that is 2. Then you can add 0 here. Add 0, it means there is a point here. So bring down 0, that is 20. 20 divided by 4, that is 5. And that is 5 times 4, that is 20. And this is equal to 0. So that is now time is equal to 1.5 hours. So what is 0.5? 0.5 is half of an hour, and that is 30 minutes. So that is 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's how long that's the time he's going to take in order to reach the distance of 6 kilometers. So don't forget the different formula here and or the triangle. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one. Bye!